FMU introduced the 8th NRC in the calendar. How did you manage to pull that off? And what was the motive behind it?
Okay. It was all pressure and back and forth engagements for us to be able to add an 8th NRC. Our championship is already exhausting, so to speak, but to grow the sport, you need to have a vibrant season. And the 8th NRC was meant to increase the level of competition in our championship,
Yes.
to also be compliant with the National Sports Law of 2023, which requires the sport to be spread in all the regions. So when you look at the 8th NRC and then you juxtapose it with the calendar of FMU, you realize that it targeted the 8 regions, because FMU has divided the country into 8 regions, region 1 to region 8. And you will see that all these NRCs somehow tap into that regional outlook, and then it helps us to build with the districts. The government requires us to be in over 75% of all the districts of the country. Districts, not even regions.
Yes.
So we are using the championships to do that.
To do that.
Yes.
Okay. Or could you shed more light on the challenges you faced in introducing it?
Yeah, of course, humans are change averse.
Yes.
We fear change.
Yes.
And yes, it is true that there was a lot of back and forth engagements with our stakeholders, especially the competitors, because an 8th event means more expense.
Yeah, more resources.
Yeah, but we had to show them the bigger picture,
yes,
and the vision,
of
the sport, and they got the buy-in, and we were able to eventually close that chapter. So we are going to do 8 national rally championships events.
Okay. We've had issues where drivers have not been heard, where they have complained, like Garuga last year, where drivers basically didn't show up. What is the organization doing to curb or to maintain peace and harmony in the motorsport?
Yeah, the word is boycott.
Boycott.
I noticed that you did not want to speak.
I did not want to use the boycott.
But I can now speak it, because it is now water behind,
past, Yeah.
Yes. All stakeholders are very important to motorsport. Previously, I think there were quite a number of issues with these drivers on especially sprints, because there was a perception FMU is selling these sprints. They are not, we are not benefiting as drivers from it. So, but we have had engagements with the competitors. We have organized them into a drivers welfare association, to be able to lobby more with the federation, and to be able to engage more with the federation.
Yes.
One of the things that the competitors had to see is that as a federation, you run a championship, you also run a lot of activities that grow the sport. And for them to appreciate this, that they are sport in which they all are passionate about, they are getting engaged in, has to grow, has to have the proper structures for them to run safely, and that is how the resources are being used. So these engagements have made everybody appreciate their federation,
yes,
and to own it because I think previously there was a perceived distance
A gap.
between
Yes.
a gap between the administration and
The drivers.
actually not just the drivers but the different stakeholders.
Yes.
So we have created a bridge that brings us all together, to know that my federation, our federation. Yeah.
Okay. The rally takes place on Friday and Saturday. What do you think about that new arrangement?
Yeah, the arrangement we brought on board is coming from an appreciation over the years, the impact of our activities on the workforce.
Yes.
You know, a rally week is all gone. Once you have my calendar and I have an event this weekend, that entire week is gone.
It's gone.
You are not working. And because most of our events are now outside of the central region, they're in upcountry, northern Uganda, you want to finish your events on a Saturday, so that somebody does not enter into the next week exhausted and unable to be productive at work.
Yeah.
So it took a bit of engagement with our stakeholders to understand that it is important that if we have killed 1 week, we don't kill another.
Another week.
But also, it also came from the road safety point of view.
Okay.
Finish your events on Saturday. If I am in Gulu, sleep over and drive when you're fresh.
back. Instead of having to drive.
Instead of having to finish on a Sunday evening,
then I have to drive.
you are
back.
exhausted and then you're getting on the road. So this is something that in the long run is going to be beneficial, because now it is the fans that have not understood it very well. But we are engaging more and the culture will grow, so that people learn that you can do, if you kill 1 week, do not kill the next week because you're tired, but also you are able to drive safely back to Kampala.
Okay, looking at Mbadi, do you think the turn-up was okay because of a Friday and a Saturday? It was successful, yeah, congratulations. But do you think you would have done better if it was on a Sunday?
Mbali was a success.
Yeah, it was.
A super success.
Yes.
I've had people asking me, can you do it again? For me, those are compliments.
Yes.
But like you rightly put it, this change from a super special stage on a Saturday to a Friday is going to sink in slowly, especially with the fans.
Oh.
But when you look at the Mbali city itself, and you look at the pictures at the launch, you would see that people were really engaged. The numbers that came at that street, the KCB street, were amazing. And those were mainly locals and people coming from the nearby districts. So we know that once the culture sinks in, people will adjust themselves.
Yes.
Our fans in Uganda have an unstoppable spirit. That's why they are able to travel an entire week to another country just to watch 1 or 2 of their drivers.
Okay. Yeah. Talking about successful events and those nice events, which event do you think fans should look out for most, and when is that?
The highlight of Uganda's motorsporting season, and probably Uganda's sporting season,
Yes.
is the Pearl of Africa Uganda Rally. It is the biggest event, motorsport event, probably in Eastern Central, apart from the World Rally Championship called the Safari.
The Safari.
So everybody is looking forward to it. It has an international appeal. As we speak now, we have 12 confirmed competitors, and we are trying actually now to put a stop at the entries.
Oh.
Yes, because too many means a financial implication on it, but also time management.
Time management.
So The attention is big from the international competitors, from the officials, and that is not to mention our local officials and fans. Yeah, so it's without a doubt the biggest